Ever since seeing Trap, I've been waiting to say that the Joshasonse is real. This movie is a just campy thriller filled with some balls to the wall, suspenseful moments, but also with a lot of very strong and even surprising comedy, as well as some heart. This is a film that is dominated by Josh Hartnett, who gives a great campy thriller type of performance. He plays perfectly with this script that has dialogue that is so unrealistic that it's going to make your head spin. When I realized that this movie seemed to just be going for the campy horror experience, I was all in, and once I fully bought in, I loved every dialogue scene. And also, huge props to M. Night's daughter, Saleka Shyamalan, who gave a surprisingly great performance here in terms of the context of this film. I was surprised by how meaty her role ended up being. I didn't expect it to be that substantial of a role, but I really appreciated it, and I thought she was great. But essentially, at its core, this film is what if Patrick Bateman was a dad taking his daughter to a concert. What it leads to are just these moments where the characters take them really seriously, but it's obviously portrayed in a lens meant for the audience to take it very unseriously. And that's where the comedy comes from, just in how ridiculous certain things are in this film. Like when Josh Hartnett all of a sudden has super strength in a couple of scenes. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's hilarious. Also, for those of you who are worried that the trailer gave too much away, it definitely did not. The trailer gives away the first act. The other two acts are completely out of nowhere in a lot of ways that I loved. I see this film as a tale of, just two distinct halves. You have this first half, which is the first act, and then the part of the second act that you do get to see a bit in the trailer. That first half to me is kind of slow. It drags, and it has a lot of moments that feel really repetitive and get across the exact same point as one another. So by the end of the first half of this film, I actually checked my watch expecting that this movie was almost over, and was surprised to see that no, we were only halfway through it, and I was a little worried. But the second half proceeded to just be wildly entertaining, with tons of twists and turns that you honestly never would have expected, and some of them are a little ridiculous, but that is played off comedically and campily in a way that I personally really appreciated. And I never checked my watch after that, because that second half flew by and I loved every single moment of it. This movie honestly reminds me a lot of a film that I really liked this year, The Beekeeper. It's a film that a lot of other people have not been nearly as high on as I have, but I just view it as a good, campy, fun action film. This is that, but a thriller, and replace Jason Statham with Josh Hartnett, and also no bees. I think it's just so much fun. It's really personally up my alley. If you like movies that know they're kind of stupid and lean into it, this movie is for you, and I highly recommend that you go and check it out. I'm going to be giving it 3.5 stars, just like I did for The Beekeeper. Gosh, I'm so happy that we got another movie like that this year. It makes me really happy. And honestly, this is my favorite M. Night film that I've been able to see upon release. So that's including Glass, Old, and Knock at the Cabin. And I was a big fan of Knock at the Cabin, but I just had a better time with this film and would happily rewatch it over and over and over again. I think it has a lot of rewatchability factor, and I recommend that you go and check it out. But with that being said, if you've already seen this film, please feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I would love to have a discussion. With that all being said, I'll see you all in the next movie review. Take care.